So I went to go watch the Minecraft movie. Literally like 20 minutes ago, I went to go watch the movie. And I have some thoughts on it. I'm gonna not go into spoilers into this video, just for the sake of people who are actually gonna watch this movie, because I guarantee you there's gonna be people that are gonna want to watch this movie and obviously not get spoiled. If I do say a spoiler, I'll try to preface it with the spoiler, so just keep that in mind. But I'm just gonna keep it as minimal as I possibly can because I have plenty to say, but I won't say a lot. So here we go. The Minecraft movie is kind of a weird movie. It's for me, if you want my score already to start off with, it's around like a maybe 3 out of 10 movie. And I would just say this: if you're a person who is not a hardcore Minecraft fan, you're not gonna enjoy this movie. You're not gonna like this movie. You're gonna be bored. You're gonna be confused. More than anything, you're gonna be lost. So the reason I say this is because first of all, let's address two things, right? Let's address a good aspect and a bad aspect of what the Minecraft movie is bringing on. So let's start with the good aspect. The good aspect of the Minecraft movie so far, or at least from what I've seen, is that the animation for the overworld and the nether and stuff like that, it looks amazing. They actually really did a really great job with making the overworld look amazing, making it as, almost as like, how do I say this? Kind of interactable and like very interactive, it looks really cool looking, it's really nice. And honestly, like some of the models and stuff like that, like, you see the sheep, you see the llamas, they all look so derpy. But aside from that, most of like the characters, like the little pig, like the pigmen, the zombie pigmen, the dogs, the villagers, they all don't look too bad. Obviously it's kind of janky looking at them with like the perspective of a human being, but the villagers are kind of charming a little bit. They're just like they don't speak, and that's fun, and that's funny, and that's great. So I enjoy that a lot about the Minecraft characters. There is one specific villager, and of course I'm sure you know which villager it is. It's like one of the villagers that you saw in the trailer that just got run over by the car. You'll see that in the trailers, but his is actually kind of funny. His kind of story a little bit, but that's a B plot thing. It doesn't really matter in the whole context of things. Um, the negative aspect is the live action characters, and honestly, Jack Black and Jason Momoa do the most work. They tried their best to be as funny as they can or as entertaining as they can be. And in some cases it does work. In some cases it's just more interesting just finding out the many ways that Jack Black will pronounce all the Minecraft items. The flint and steel, like the nether, and the pearl. A chicken jockey. Yeah. Believe me, when people heard chicken jockey in the theater, they erupted. I'm gonna get into the audience in a little sec, but let me just kind of finish off talking about the movie first. But yeah, when Jack Black says the things that they said in the trailer, you can expect people will be like, "Oh, he said the thing," and it's a very corny film. The writing is very corny. It's almost offensively so. So you can tell it was written by people who thought that, just because you do a lot of referential stuff and you like refer back to it or say the name of the thing, that you're cool. It's not cool. It's usually when people go watch movies, they want to be engrossed into the film. They want to be invested into the film. But this is probably one of the most turn off your brain movies that you'll probably watch, because say if you're a Minecraft fan, or at least if you're knowledgeable of Minecraft like I am. I'm pretty familiar with Minecraft. I played it plenty of times. My younger brother, he loves Minecraft a lot, so we went to go watch the movie, and he wasn't as impressed with the story, but he is kind of like impressed by just how well they actually got some of the references or like some of the items right in the Minecraft movie, like how their uses and stuff like that. You can tell they put plenty of effort into figuring out the mechanics of the game and implementing them into the world, into the movie. And that's something I can give him credit for. But the writing for the live action characters is literally nothing. It's literally just a whole bunch of nothing, basically. It's kind of meaningless, to be honest. And that's what really drags this movie down, that the live action characters they just kind of suck. They're boring. They really have nothing, no deep they have nothing deep with him. There's nothing there to get you interested in them. And so not even Steve. I'm kind of shocked to say it, but not even Steve. Steve literally has like a human backstory, and his backstory is that he's bored. Um, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Not really. It's something that's established in the beginning. They'll give you a lot of exposition at the beginning, so you'll pretty much get everything you need to know on Steve, and then they'll never address something like that again. They don't even get deep with him. It's about as deep as it goes. But overall, like some of the action sequences were fine. They were pretty nice and dandy. Obviously they put a lot of effort into the animation and stuff like that, which they actually did a good job about it. It's just the live action characters. It's just, the Jason Momoas. It's just all these characters. Like, they don't really add anything. You honestly should be able to make a decent story without having any live action characters. I have maintained that this movie should have been completely animated, fully animated. No live action characters, no nothing. Just pure on, fully animated Minecraft movie. And I think it would have done much, much more better. But we're past that point. There's really no point, shouting into the void about it. We'll just have to ignore it for now. But overall, the story and the movie and stuff like that was just, it's about as bad and like kind of like kooky as it is. I can understand why critics are giving it a bad score. It's about like 50 something percent on Rotten Tomatoes right now. And that's because majority of these critics have never played Minecraft before. So understandably, they're just left out of the theater confused. And if they had known about Minecraft, they'll at least appreciate the references, but they'll at least know that the story was just not coherent or nothing. There's really no end goal to it. Like there is like a threat, but it's like, okay, yeah, it's a threat. It's the active threat. There's really no like deeper meaning to it or anything. So it's just like whatever. It's just something to like give you something to do. It's just like, almost like a little quest, which is whatever. Now let me kind of talk about a little bit of what surprised me the most. The audience. Now we went to a theater in my local theater. Of course, like I mentioned, I went with my brothers, my older and younger brother. The theater was about like 80% like packed. It wasn't like fully packed to the point where we couldn't find a seat or anything. Either way, I reserved my seats on my phone, so I already saved them ahead of time. But it was about like 80% full, which I'm not too shocked. But what I am shocked is the demographic, I should say. Because let me kind of address this, right? This movie is not going to be catered towards kids. It's kind of weird to say that, but it's the truth. This movie is not, I'm not going to say, like, it's not like offensive or anything. Like, I'm not saying it's not meant for the kids. Like, obviously kids can watch this and enjoy this, right? But the main demographic that they're aiming for is not children. It's Minecraft fans. And believe me when I say that Minecraft fans are around that age of like young adults to mid-20s and teenagers, basically. That's the demographic that they're aiming for. They're not aiming for the children, because children right now are kind of in a stage where they're not playing games like Minecraft as often. And usually fans of Minecraft are like young adults, they're teenagers, they're, in the mid-20s, so to speak, Maybe there's some that are in the 30s, who knows? But the thing is, none of them are children. And I guarantee you, and I promise you this, when I went to the theater to watch it with my brothers, there was no children under 14 watching that movie. I can guarantee you that. And like, they're literally just like teenagers, adults, all that stuff. No children, which is crazy to me. But the more I think about it, it kind of makes sense. We're talking about a movie that just literally appeals to the Minecraft fan base. It was never the intent to appeal to children or anything like that, because they make it clear that they've done their research. They want the people to appreciate what they've done with the research. And it seems like it's kind of working. It's already set to earn about 140 million at the box office throughout this weekend, according to some estimates. And it might actually be on track to be around the same like selling point as like Super Mario Brothers for like the Illumination movie, which is kind of wild to me, but that's another thing entirely, right? So overall, here are my thoughts on the movie. The movie is just, it's below mid. It's corny. It's at times super unfunny. There are some funny moments where it's just like random stuff, but of course you have to turn your brain off. You're just like, ha ha ha, he blew up. It's kind of like my brain. That's how it functions. Sometimes we do laugh at like like random explosions, which it does happen, but that's just my brain and my older brother's brain and my little brother's brain. But that's whatever. Aside from that, though, the whole story has no coherent. There's nothing coherent about the story. It's just whatever. Um, and I will say that video game adaptations are starting to dip again, and it's not necessarily like it is kind of the fault of like people who are constantly trying to like pick up these like video game IPs. They feel like just because they saw like the success of game like movie video game adaptations like the Super Mario Brothers, like Sonic the Hedgehog, they see those successes and they think like, okay, well, I mean, we could just pick these up and make a movie, right? Like you don't realize just like how much care you need to have for these movies to make it work. And like I said, the Minecraft movie, if it was fully animated without any live action, it would have been done so well. It would have done like so well critically, right? I'd say it wouldn't be at 50%. It would probably be like at 70 something percent, give or take, if they still have bad dialogue. But if they actually had a really good coherent story and stuff like that within the world of Minecraft, that would be much more better. But besides that, it's not. Um, if you want some good storytelling, like in a video game adaptation, the Super Mario movie is definitely a better choice for a video game adaptation. But my personal recommendation is that you watch the Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy. Honestly, for me, it's one of the best video game adaptations, period, ever. All right. So if you want to watch a movie that actually has coherent storytelling and stuff like that, just watch those Sonic movies. They're more worth your while. There will be more there are plenty of cringy moments in the Sonic movies, but if you get past all that, it's about as good as it gets. The whole movie of the Minecraft with the live action characters is just full on like nothing. It's just nothing, you know. At least Jim Carrey is funny. Jack Black is pretty funny too, but sometimes Jack Black cannot carry a whole movie by himself. That's just the way it is. But overall, like I said, the Minecraft movie is about like a 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 movie. Of course, if you're hanging out with friends and stuff like that, and you like to have a laugh about the memes and stuff like that, that's fun. But if you're watching this by yourself and you're watching this critically and you know you want to enjoy the film for what it is, I guarantee you're not going to have a good time. It's just going to be kind of boring for you. So I'll just leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have watched the Minecraft movie, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my review for it? Let me know in the comments. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you all next time. See ya.